Let me pull up this YouTube app thing and see if...
Yo, what up, fam?
Yo.
There's James getting this thing centered. For some reason, I never center it.
It seems like really close.
Oh, let me move back. Yo, welcome to 424 Recording Live. If you're catching the replay, it's Mike. I'm behind the camera. As always, there's Jay. And we're just getting set up over here. I'm putting on the light. Hopefully, it doesn't blind us. Too bright? Let me turn it down a little bit.
Pretty bright.
Oh,
That's not so bad.
Let me bring it back. Alright, cool.
Not so bad.
Yeah, so we're just getting set up here. I got this new banner thing back here. Let's see that. Throw it in the shot. The only thing is they didn't have matte paper, so I had to get glossy. But I was saying I wanted to have, telling Jay, I did the past two podcasts with Mike, and then this week I talked with James, who's going to be on tomorrow from this band Bean Trees in New Jersey. James, what up? Thanks for coming on the pod. As I was editing,
what's up, Matt?
it wouldn't. It takes too long to render that. So, hey, Matt, what's going down? So I figured I'll just print up a thing with it. So, only thing is, I hope it's not too. I hope it's not too shiny. I hope it's not too shiny. Ooh. It's a little shiny. Let's see. Ooh, that's even worse. A little bit more that way. There we go. That looks pretty good. Have you seen Sling Studio? No, what is that? It's like Sling TV?
Yeah, I don't know it.
What up, Jeremy? Yo, it's weird, Jay. We didn't stream last week. I definitely missed it, man. I feel like I'm like off my game right now. Oh, multi-camera webcast. No, I haven't seen that. Were you telling me about that, Jeremy? Yeah, the multi-camera webcast thing. That's pretty dope. Getting something like that going.
Yeah, so what did we miss in the last week?
Happy Halloween. Well, you had a birthday, Jay. Happy birthday, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Sorry, I didn't wish you a happy birthday on your day.
That's okay.
But happy birthday, bro.
Thank you.
Jeremy says happy B-Day. Yeah, Halloween was sick. How was your Halloween? Quiet.
I didn't do shit.
Oh, all right. I guess we. there was like a big parade in town, so there's always like a pretty big Halloween festivities here. You should have came down, man. We could have hung out and smash some pumpkins together.
No, I'm way past Halloween at this point.
TP'd some houses, bro.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, that would have been cool. I don't know, man. Not much is going on. It's just been getting a little bit colder here. I don't know. How's things with you?
Things are okay.
How's the amp biz? Have you been...
I haven't really done much.
No?
No.
I was curious about how those ones that you were building were working out.
As far as...
Well, just like there seemed like there was a lot of interest in them.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like the red one I still have. It's done. I'm waiting to, whatever, bolt the chassis into the cabinet when I have time. I haven't really had time. Yeah, I mean, that's about it with the amps, I guess. Repairs and shit, of course, but...
Seemed like a saga we were following up on the channel. On the live streams, we were kind of talking about that each week, so I was just curious.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I did make a bunch of new router templates and stuff for installing. There's a company called Penn Lcom that makes heavy-duty handles and things for cabinets.
Oh, sick.
So over the last week, I made templates to be able to route those into cabinets and shit.
Nice. That's dope.
But, you know, yeah, I guess that's sort of what's been going on, man.
Cool, man.
Getting fancy with my fucking router.
Yeah, I remember. It seems like each week you've kind of been working on that process, getting that a lot quicker. or just figuring out things about it that, you know, it's just interesting because, you know, I feel like when you start any kind of project or process, there's I don't know, like I'm finding that with the podcast too. It's like certain things I'm doing each week with it. You know, I'm like learning new things. Like I'm like, oh damn, like if I had done this would have been so much easier. Kind of like that thing, that big thing I got printed up behind us. It's just like I was telling Jay. I think I may have said in the beginning. It was, hey Matt, what's up, man? He says, happy birthday, old man. Old man emoji.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so I don't know. Just been trying to find some shortcuts in the process. That's what, like each week I remember you were telling me with the amps. You're like, wow, well I got, you know, figured out how to bolt them in differently and did a couple different things with them.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of like what I'm trying to do. You know, streamline my shit so that whatever I make or whatever I'm doing is faster and easier, and you know, trying to also make sure that I'm as familiar with every process that I'm needing to employ as I possibly can be.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm pretty adaptable as it is, but knowing what you need to do already when you get to every hurdle cuts the time down that much more.
But it's almost like you don't know sometimes what those hurdles are until you do it a few times, right?
Well, I mean, like the red amp and the blue amp they're based on the same cabinet construction, so I had to learning curve my way through the blue one, but the red one is just basically a copy of what I did on the blue one.
Right.
So, you know, and the templates I made for routing handles into cabinets and things, that was out of necessity for Speaker Shop. We were building, I built like a B15 extension cabinet. It goes underneath the B15.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you can have two cabinets.
That. Yeah.
And then
I thought it didn't have a cabinet.
There are a couple different things that we've done recently.
Okay,
there was a B18 to B15 conversion that I did.
Yeah, maybe that was the last thing I think you were telling me about.
I made all those panels with a router too. But yeah, it's really been like router practice more than anything. Figuring out how to do shit, knock it out faster with that.
Yeah.
But
yo, what's up, James? Good to see you, my friend. James and I had a chat on Monday. He's been coming on the pod this week. It's a good one. Talked a lot about 4 tracks, and Mac DeMarco came up as usual. Just like being the older dudes in the scene, you know.
Yeah.
Recording and workflow and stuff. It's a really good talk. I hope you guys check it out. Don't sleep on the pod. There'll be the video tomorrow at 3 p.m. and then the podcast goes live at 8 a.m. on any podcasting service that you employ.
Skiz making drum beats with the TascFam. That's good.
That sounds sick. Yeah.
I see Lachlan Melrose added it to his pedal board.
Yeah, man. Wow.
It's parked like in the middle. He does.
Yeah. Looks good, man.
Yeah.
He's got that VU meter.
Fucking VU meter. Yep. VU meter.
One of a kind.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
That sounds. I've been using the TascFam a lot too on all the new stuff I'm doing. It sounds sick.
Yeah.
I'm using it on vocals. I put up the one track on the Patreon. There's a couple unreleased tracks. I kind of put an unreleased track of every and check out the Patreon. It's at patreon.com/424recording. But so I've been using that. So there's this new thing, or it's not a new thing, it's new for me, National Solo Album Writing Month, and it's supposed to write an album in a month. I don't know if I'm gonna make it because I only have one song so far. I haven't had much time, but I've been using the TascFam like crazy. I use it on the vocals, the guitars, the bass. Like it sounds sick. I mean, as anyone knows who has one and or has saw any of the demo videos of it, it's really fucking cool. And I gotta say, I do like the sound of because the prototype is a little bit different. I really like the sound of the final ones. It's very cool. That's the one I've been using now. Is number 19, lucky number 19.
There's actually not that much difference fundamentally between the two, but there are a couple values in the finals that were tweaked from the original too.
Right. Yeah. It's not like different. I've just been actually using that one I don't know. I'm not really sure. I just like also kind of wanted one just to have one in case we never do another batch of them. Like, I think it's important for posterity. Is that the right word? I don't know. It's important for like historical value for me, for us, I guess. But you don't seem to really care, but
I don't. I don't.
Just get them out of here.
Yeah, pretty much. At this point, I'm glad that it's over. But you know.
Oh yeah, they actually all had XLRs, Matt. But yeah, Jay the drilling of those was a nightmare for sure, and plus the VU meter, yeah.
Yeah, only the one had a VU, and opening that one was like, I don't even know if you had like a loaded, let's say, tackle box with every little bit of every fucking piece of shit you could ever think to throw in the water hooked to a string. And you accidentally like spilled that out the passenger door of your truck while you're reaching for another beer, and then you tried to pick that back up. That's kind of what it looks like inside that box. There's just shit everywhere. But
I wonder if Lachlan probably opened it up and it's like, probably. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was very difficult to make that fit. Well, it's got 2 PC boards, an XLR, 2 quarters, a stomp switch, an LED, 4 pots, a DC jack.
Transformer, did you mention
Transformer.
That? Yeah.
It's literally everything that could ever live inside of a
because like strip. Even inside the regular ones, it's pretty packed, you know.
Yeah. Inside his was like, I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to put the lid on it when I was done. In fact, I had to pry the VU meter board out one time and trim it down again.
Wasn't there like you had a first VU meter too? You had to get a different one?
Yeah, I had to get a different one. I got a different one, and I bought a driver board too, because the driver board that I built, like, I couldn't get the range to correct. So it was like in the middle was as high as it would go, and it would go down to 0, and then when you peaked it would only go like halfway up. That's it. So I changed meter, and I got a...
Oh yeah, that one's cool. Hey Jason, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, the video of Mike Forster, that's a great one. That's also the podcast. That's why I've been trying to do the pods now with like more of like video interviewing, because it seems to be more engaging.
Got it.
And people can get video going. There's still so many challenges with it, because like I feel like internet connection is like the biggest bottleneck for all this stuff, especially Skyping and recording that. And I gotta get one of those capture cards, or Jeremy was helping me look into building like a Hackintosh for cheap, which is basically a computer that uses like PC parts but can run Mac stuff.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about maybe building something. I don't know, but Jeremy, I was gonna say, if I think I mentioned it, but James is coming on. James, he's in the chat. And we chatted about 4 tracks and recording and stuff. He's going to be on tomorrow, and it's going to be another similar video like the one with me and Mike. But this time there's actual video of James the whole time, because the one with Mike, for some reason, just didn't send through Dropbox, or it was like corrupted or something. I don't know. I couldn't get it to work. So.
That's weird.
But half of it worked, and then half of it is just a funny still that Mike was a good sport about. So... yeah, so check it out tomorrow, 3 p.m. And the podcast, like I said, will be out 8 a.m. But that was cool. I want to do more of those video interviews with people. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. The podcast, I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. That's all I'm going to say for now. I saw his side. What speed internet do you have? I think it's like 65, if that makes sense. I've tested it a few times. Or no, it's like 63, 53, 50/3, 50 down, 3 up. It's I don't know.
50 down, 3 up is the fastest it goes.
That's kind of been what I've been.
Jesus, that's not great.
Yeah.
That's not great.
That's kind of what I've been speed testing it at. Is that really bad?
It seems like it's really bad.
Yeah, it does. I feel like I'm paying for something that's more than that.
Well, you're paying for the download speed. The upload speed probably doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, the upload speed is really the killer. The download speed's never been a problem.
Yeah,
for
that's
anything.
that's your Netflix and all that shit.
The upload speed is where it's like that's the bottleneck for me right now. You know, and without getting fiber optic or going somewhere like that, I don't know. It sucks because I feel like it's like I said, the main bottleneck. You know.
Yeah.
Even for just like uploading video, can take a while. Like those ones, the longer ones. This one's great. I think what I'm going to have to do, you know, or what we're going to have to do if you want to get on the interviews is like do it live somehow. But that's the whole other thing is like how do you do a live stream with a live like Skype call? I was trying to do that with my buddy Greg a couple of weeks ago. There was like a random Monday morning we both had off and we were going to do it, and it just like didn't work out. I felt really bad because Greg was a good sport about it, but it was like it just couldn't work. It just didn't work. Like between Skype and then trying to, like, our connection wasn't great, and then once my computer needed to like pump that connection out to the world, he was like, "Dude, I can't even like hear what you're saying. You're getting all like digital
garbled."
Yeah. So I don't know. Spinning wheel of death on here. Can y'all still hear us? Jason said, "You seem down in the pot. Don't let it go."
Out there.
Yeah, it should be back now, folks. Thanks for hanging out. We dropped a couple people off the ship. Sorry, a couple people fell off the boat, but we're back.
Your Wi-Fi just bottomed out. That might be why.
Yeah, I honestly just switched over to LTE. Yeah, this. What the heck, man? As we were talking about Wi-Fi, we're still live. But as we were talking about all download speeds and shit, then it just takes a drop. That's ironic, right?
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, I think we're still going. Let me monitor the phone here. Monitor the phone lines. Yeah, we're still good. So I don't know. You guys still out there? Back. I don't know about upload speed, but my T-Mobile One Unlimited blows my house internet out of the water. Maybe you can have dual Wi-Fi cards hooked simultaneously. Whoa, that's a cool idea. Is that a new guitar? Oh, very
astute.
Astute of you, Catface. I'll tell you all about that. I kind of planted it there. That's really funny.
Is that the one I'm supposed to route the fuzz into?
Yeah.
Did I just blow a surprise?
Yeah, that was okay. Oh, you guys are still out there. Hey, Benjamin, what's up? Thanks for coming through. Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties on this end. Do you still have the chat feed, Jay?
It crashed, but it's back now.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so we might not be able to catch up with the chat for a second, but we're still live. So we'll talk a little bit about the guitar, I guess. Yeah, so this guitar, I found it in Hapro's basement, his abandoned basement ghost town studio. That's not what it's called, but it's just like a shell of a studio with a bunch of random equipment in it. Ooh. Yeah, but this is some weird... it's funny because I said to Jay, I was like, yo, have you ever heard of Synsonics? And you're like...
Yep.
I was like, yeah, it's some weird brand I've never heard of. You probably never heard of it, Synsonic. And you said your first bass.
Yeah. Synsonics, I think, actually was marketed by like Sears or one of those companies.
I remember I looked online. I think it said it was made by Gretsch. I don't know. But yeah, so I got this guitar. So I found it in Hapro's basement. It needed some work. I put new tuners on it. And then I gave it to Tim because he was wanting to... he was wanting to... Oh, so YouTube's just... Or like my internet's out now. That's so whack, man. Like... As soon as we were talking about it. So, I fixed it up to give to Tim, because Hapro didn't care. Somebody gave it to him and somebody ditched it in his basement. So then I saw it, I was like, this guitar is cool. The neck's a little bit funny. It doesn't always stay in tune, but I've been using this for that new challenge. And then I asked Jay, I said, because a while back he was talking about fuzz, onboard fuzz effects, right?
Yep.
So he's going to build me like a fuzz face into that thing. Or no,
whatever you want, I got two.
So how does it work? Can you tell us about how it works? But basically it was a free guitar. Oh, that was a story. So I gave it to Tim because he wanted to play guitar, and then he was moving and he hadn't really played it much. And
You ever watch Twin Peaks?
yeah,
So you know the stupid songs in Twin Peaks?
yeah,
Yeah, so there's that one that's like, you and I. You know that one?
yeah. Are you really pulling that out of your hat right now? So that's awesome, man. You like learn how to play that? Obviously.
Not on a guitar this small, but
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Like how it's kind of like what'd you say? It's like 3/4 scale?
ooh,
3/4 scale? So we got some Twin Peaks background music. Thank you for joining us this evening. Hopefully you're still out there. My phone and internet has been taking a crap tonight after we were talking about it taking a crap. And now Jay's serenading us with some Twin Peaks music. I might try to go reset the router because this is just done over here. But yeah, so Tim, it's funny because he's moving to a house. He bought a house. He was moving out of the apartment, and his I think he just didn't want the guitar anymore. But his excuse was, I don't have enough room for it. It's like, dude, you just bought a house, man. You have like literally 3 rooms that have nothing in it. I don't know, whatever. I get a free guitar back out of it, so it's a cool little guitar, and I figured it's not really worth too much, so I'd rather hold on to it. Now I have 2. I have the Silvertone and this one. And it's been cool. I've been doing that National Solo Album Month thing with it. That's what I used on that track. If anybody heard that one. And it's cool. You know how like a new instrument kind of gives you like a new...
yeah, I just did a first act guitar for myself as my backup.
Really? That's sick. I'm gonna make sure this thing's still working because we could just be like sitting here by ourselves. Pretty cool.
Oh shit.
Alright, we're still here. Your phone's still okay?
Yeah.
Alright. Yo, you guys still out here? Chat. Now let's just
I can pop the chat back up here.
please reset anything to fix the audio. What? It's an 8-bit tractor. I don't know why that would be the case. Alright, let me
What's happening here?
the sound is possessed.
Hear it?
I just unplugged the mic. What? Why would that be doing that?
Well, man. Something up with the tube MP.
Here, let me plug it back in. Damn. Shit. Oh wait, that's your phone.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. That sucks. All right. Let me see if I get my other one going. This is like
Cat face. I heard those tube MPs and noisy. They weren't kidding. Yeah.
Let's try swapping it out. I got another one right here. I don't know why that would have taken a shit like that. Not that it matters, I guess. Oh, it's back. Alright, so you probably missed our whole story, so thanks. Sorry guys, we've been having some issues with the internet here. This is like a fucking debacle tonight. So we can't see the chat right now. So
Yeah, you can. It's right on my phone right there.
Oh, alright. Yeah, that's true. Alright, so we gotta I'm gonna try this. I'm just curious now. We'll see if this is like live troubleshooting. Live on the. This is the one with that tube in it too. With the better tube. I just looked at LPS.
Huh.
Why did that happen? We're getting some interference. All right, we're gonna try this again with the mic here. All right, so bear with us. Hopefully, all right, if the tractor starts again. Jay, can we get the monitor on here? Weird. All right, we're gonna have to go old school, I guess.
What if the power supply's fucked up, maybe?
All right, let me try that. This is my phone. All right, so we're gonna change out the power supply. Alright, let's check this out. Probably some wicked echo on that. Alright, let's see. Pump up the audio again? Pump up the audio again? Is it working now, or we still get tractor? Is it working now, or we still get tractor?
I think it's working.
Is it working now?
Alright. I think it's working.
Mute that, Joe, so that infinite feedback. Alright, so what's the power supply?
There you go.
What the heck, man? That's crazy. The power supply, for whatever reason, decided to tank. Man, we got some sabotage going on the stream tonight. Thanks everybody for stopping by. This is definitely our. Man, you take 1 week off and the world goes to shit, huh? But yeah, so sorry, I don't know. Definitely let us know if that happens again. Sorry that we didn't catch it sooner. I'm gonna try to follow up on the chat here. Cool, Benjamin. Thank you, Turtleneck. Obviously, I think it takes like how many people we got in here to troubleshoot. Turtleneck said, "How many analog nerds does it take to troubleshoot a digital issue?" Probably like 15. I don't know, 10. How many people were hanging out? We got it working, so I don't know what the deal is. Sorry about that, guys. Peeps. Sorry about that, peeps. TascFam. Alright, so I don't know what happened there, but if it happens again, definitely let us know. So the internet decided to take a crap, and then our tube MP decided to stop working the power supply. That was nuts. Sorry you had to deal with that. Thanks for sitting through. So this guitar, I don't know how much of that actually went through about it, but basically Tim was moving, found it in Hapro's basement, fixed it up, gave it to Tim a couple years ago. He was moving, gave it back to me, said he didn't have enough room for it, but he's moving into like a much bigger house that has like 3 empty rooms, so clearly he just didn't want it, which is fine by me because I'll take it. And now Jay is going to be, a while back we were talking about these onboard fuzz circuits. Is that correct?
Yep.
So Jay's gonna put either one or both into this guitar. So tell us how those work. I don't really understand how they work. They're basically, I mean, I've seen like the electro harmonics one that like plugs in, but what's the deal?
Basically it'll go underneath the pick guard in theory, and with any luck there'll be enough room in the compartment back here to put a battery, so I don't have to rat a hole in it. And it'll just turn your tone.
And then, are there controls, or is it
one?
And then you can just make that into that tone control.
Yep. Or you add another one to the pick guard, which
that would be cool.
too,
Yeah.
And a switch.
Now that's what I was gonna ask. Is it possible to add both circuits, or are they too big to put in there?
No, they're not too big, but you would kill the battery relatively quickly doing that.
Oh. What are the choices? The fuzz face?
Moss right, fuzz right.
Yeah, I think I want the fuzz right. So you have both of them, or does it not matter? Yeah, so I decided, well, since this guitar is basically this free guitar I got, Hapro doesn't want it back. It just appeared in Hapro's basement. It was sitting there in his ghost town studio. It's just an abandoned shell of a studio that I've done some stuff in, and I rescued it. It's a rescue. But so yeah, I got a free guitar basically, and we're gonna throw in that fuzz circuit into it. I was gonna be surprised. I was gonna make a video about it, but hey, we may as well.
Really need to do some.
Y'all are getting the inside scoop. The action.
Well, the relief on the neck is good actually, but once it gets down here, the neck goes like this. So.
Yeah, I've been primarily playing. That's the only thing with it. It's a little bit wonky. That's why I was like, eh.
Yeah, kind of like.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's like spreading out.
Especially right behind 12. Yeah. Part of it would be a neck shim, but when you shim the neck, it's going to pick the neck up that way, which is going to make the relief too high, which means you got to back the truss rod off slightly to get it to come back into plane. I just did the same fucking thing with that.
Gibson?
No, with the, oh yeah, with the Gibsons too, but with the first act I did for myself. 25.5-inch scale, $25 fucking here, $25 yard sale guitar.
That's basically what this thing is. I mean,
I'll show you it.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I like this way it sounds. It doesn't always stay in tune, but maybe I don't know, man. Maybe we'll just have you do it up and then just send me the bill, bro.
Let's see if I can find the. I took a picture of this and then now I can't find it. Yeah, I put it in normal tuning.
Where did you get it from? Oh yeah.
My sister's boyfriend was selling it at my parents' yard sale.
Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, that's funny, man. You put it back to regular. Well, what do you think? Do you think it's worth holding on to this guy, or should I?
Yeah, why not? Unless it's like really in your way, it's, you know.
No, I've been having fun. I've been using it exclusively for that challenge. That songwriting challenge thing.
Here's the, that's the first act I just did. I took the pick guard and a bunch of bullshit off it. So,
I like that.
Full setup, big time neck
Did you
adjustment on
repaint
it. Nope. Put TascFam style mini knobs on it because there's a whole shit ton of them. And
oh yeah.
I also built a shell for my son Beta Lead.
Whoa, that's dope, man.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the fucking.
Make sure we're still going over there. I guess we are, right?
That's the shell I built for my son Beta Lead. And then I'll show the family network with the. This is the weird ass little first act guitar that I got, yard sale guitar. 25.5-inch scale, which is like fucking enormous. You can just about bend the strings right off the fretboard.
Yeah, some of the things. That's funny because I've been playing it pretty much only down here. I didn't even notice that the neck was fucked up here.
Well, below the 12th fret is where the trouble always is anyway. That's
yeah, because like
that's half the reason you go through the trouble intonating the guitar in the first place.
yeah, because I mean I mostly play chords, so it's like.
That first act actually surprised me. The frets were all chewed up and shitty, probably from the factory. So I just took some like 400 grit and smoothed them out, polished them up. Oiled the shit out of the neck because it was dry. Adjusted the truss rod, shimmed the neck, not in that order. Set it up, cleaned the electronics. I got a new pickup coming. I got a Reverb gift certificate for my birthday, so. Hey, what's up, Travis? Hello, everybody we haven't said hello to.
Sorry.
In the midst of all the interglitches here.
We've been having a tough time tonight.
That first act is, I think, the longest scale guitar now that I own. I think prior to that, the longest one I had was like 24 and either a half or 3/4. So it's,
yeah.
I'm surprised at the build quality of it. It feels good in your hand. The neck on it's very similar to the baseline Ibanez thing that I play live very often. And I really like the neck on that guitar too, even though it's a cheap shit guitar. So I think that's where I'm at with it when it comes to like instruments that I actually play versus instruments that I actually own. Seems like I like the cheap shit ones as my regulars. And
that's me too, man.
yeah, I think 25.5 is Strat scale. I think Strat and Jazzmaster maybe. But I don't know that I've ever owned one. And I was really surprised when I climbed on that the first time, like bent the D string like up underneath the low E. I'm used to the 24 and change ones that don't have that kind of give. There's way more string tension.
Oh. Well, I'm using my phone now. Get a load of this. I'm using my phone to go out to surf the web right now. So.
Oh, you got hotspot hooked up?
Yeah. So let me know if that. I hope that didn't take a shit even further. Yeah, you should buy your daughter a short scale. Oh, just so you can play it. I thought you meant so she could play it. Yeah, do it up. The MMA is spying. MMA kicking your ass, dude. We're getting fucking hurt over here, man. This is bad. I don't know. Thanks for everybody for sitting through that digital distortion storm that occurred. We were over here just sitting in the middle of it. Didn't even know it was that bad. Sorry about that. The power supply took shit, Travis. Hey Travis, what's going on, buddy? We had this, we had the sound going through, but it took a shit, and then the Wi-Fi took a shit. Well, the Wi-Fi took a shit first, and then we couldn't monitor the sound, and then we were going for a while with the sound. That's probably, I don't know how everybody was still here sitting through it. Thank you very much. Thanks for hanging out. And then finally we got it back, and now we're just messing around with that guitar. I feel like something, I don't know if it's been going good. Jay's first stack. I want to play that thing, man. That thing sounds sick.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty loud, acoustically, which is nice.
That's cool. I feel like that's always a good sign. I don't know. I've always felt like the silver tone I have too. I feel like when a guitar, probably everybody knows this, but when a guitar sounds good, like especially an electric, obviously, unamplified, usually it sounds really good amplified. Like how it resonates just unplugged. You can get a really good. If you like the sound of it at that, you know.
To me, it's all about how they feel. I can change how they sound.
That's true.
You know, the right pickup combination.
How they feel
or whatever.
is important.
Yeah,
too.
big time. To me, like that's everything. If it's not comfortable to play for more than 10 minutes, it doesn't belong in the collection.
Yeah, I mean that's like definitely like I feel like I know is the instant I pick something up. It's like come down. That was like that silver tone. This thing is pretty cool. It needs a little bit of work, but that's why I was like I don't know, saying like might as well just go to town on it with that fuzz ride thing. That would be fucking cool.
So Jeremy, no, mine does not have the active pickup. It's a single humbucker, but I have a P90 and a humbucker case coming for it to match the one that's in the guitar that I normally play. The one that I normally play has two pickups. There's a Rockfield fat ass in the neck, which is like about the nastiest, widest pole piece neck pickup I've ever heard. And then in the bridge is a GFS, I think it's a Mean 90. It's It's like a P90 overwound. It's a good pickup. Matt, is it safe to apply phantom power from an interface to an amp XLR output just to get power to a single room mic? The interface phantom power is all or none. So that question is not as easy to answer as it would seem. It would depend on what the output of the XLR on the amp is doing. If it's transformer balanced, you could hit it with phantom power. If it's capacitor isolated, you can hit it with phantom power. If it's a servo balanced IC driven output and they don't specify, then I wouldn't do it. It would be easy enough to build a little cable with capacitors in line that would nullify that phantom power from the line that you're trying to feed that to. You know, chances are that whatever's in there will withstand whatever you do to it, but I can't in good conscience tell you to just go for it, because that might be the death of your amp also, depending on what you have. Oh yeah, that's right, the Fender Mustang 3. I could pull the schematic on that, probably on both of those, and give you an idea.
Kathy said, so you have 2 catalog order guitars? Yeah, I guess so. That's what you said, right? The Synsonics is yours too?
I think so, yeah. It definitely was like a starter pack thing.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a starter pack.
I have...
The pickups in it seem really janky.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. I have...
Yeah, Matt said I'll avoid it. Use my tube MP. That sounds like a good workarow.
I have 4
Make sure your
mail
power
order.
supply works.
I have 4 mail order guitars in my collection.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm catching up.
Yeah. 2 of them are Matsumoku made, Japanese. One of them is the Intermark, which is also Japanese. And the other one's like that First Act thing. They're all like department store specials.
First Act, that's the one that kind of comes in like a box.
They were available at Walmart and Kmart and Target.
Okay.
They're like the cheapest shit you could get, just about.
Hey, if it works, if it sounds good, it is good, right?
Yeah, that's it.
I like this guitar too. I think what's cool about having these type of guitars that are like cheaper is you can kind of fuck around with them more. If you, like I said, like I don't mind, or I want to put the fuzz right in here. I think that would be really cool. And then also, like, I mean, I know how to like intonate and do things like that, and you know, but if you ever wanted a cheap guitar to experiment on and do your own like luthier type simple skills, you know, like string changes and swapping tuners or adjusting the bridge, you know.
I'm guessing by looking at that, the intonation is not really set for anything. It looks like it's kind of just cranked in.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
I'd say it's got a, yeah, you know, this was literally in the corner of Hapro's basement for God only knows how long. I don't know. I
think the Synsonics were like from the 90s, so
I don't know, like, yeah, so it's, I don't know, I think it was somebody else brought it to his house. So this, and when he was doing more music stuff, so that had to be like 7 to 10 years ago. So this thing was probably sitting, I think it was sitting just not in the corner, or it was like literally on the ground like this in like a basement with temperature changes and shit. So,
yeah.
You know, I don't know who set the thing. I kind of like didn't do too many adjustments. I've just been kind of plugging and playing. Fuck with the tuners a little bit. I didn't really mess too much with the bridge intonation. Some of the strings is funny. Like one or two of them were like the saddles were like way too high. Like so, like when you looked at it, you could
one
see
was
like
sticking like way the fuck up.
I was like Jesus. So like I have adjusted string heights a little bit, but not really. I didn't, you know.
I've been doing setups with my Peterson strobe tuner. Hashtag Peterson strobe tuner.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. That has been really like an amazing thing to... How come I can't view? What the hell is your message? What did you retract? What happened? God, I got too many things going on here all at the same time. I'm trying to research these.
But yeah, I'd say if you find some crappy old guitar somewhere, and like especially this one, it was just like, why not get something to just fuck around with if you want to learn how to do that stuff. Because I don't know, I teach them how to fish. You know, I firmly believe in that.
Well, I think that
I remember just bringing my instruments to people, and it was like $50 a pop or whatever.
the only time I bring something to somebody else is if it needs a nut. I'm not brave enough to put my fingers that close to a fucking belt sander to shape a new nut for a guitar. Way too fucking dangerous. Yeah, I'm coming up like totally blank on a schematic for that Mustang 3, so I wouldn't fuck with that one. It's probably you need to be a dealer kind of thing to get the goddamn schematic.
Whoa, what happened there? Holy shit, Hans Holtz. I don't know what happened with that.
Yup, gone.
Jeez.
Oh, already got it. Never mind.
Thank you, Matt. I don't know what was going on. Someone
What
was
was
singing.
that about?
That was crazy. Are you singing along to the song? Ian said First Act used to have a pretty cool custom shop. I think it folded a couple years ago. That's fucking sick. Nice one, Ian. Will said in the naughty corner for Hans Holtz. Hans, if you're still here, I don't know what you were saying, bro, but
It was a bunch of Christian song lyrics.
oh. We're a non-denomination live stream.
Yeah.
Is that what it means? Like, or like nothing?
No.
Oh, maybe I'm not using the right terminology.
We're a non-theistic
Yeah.
live stream.
Yeah.
The only god you need is Ferric.
Oh man. Yeah, Ian, that was good. A good one, man.
I would suggest if you have the chance to pick up a cheap guitar like that, though, like Mike said, definitely it's worth fucking around with. GFS has awesome pickups on the cheap. You can learn how to swap that kind of shit out, and you know, you could put like a pair of Strat hot rails in that thing and have like the nastiest little fucking,
Yeah.
you know, destroyer guitar. Why am I seeing it keeps switching from live chat to top chat, which is
that's
useless.
you know,
I don't understand the problem there.
I don't understand why there's two different ones.
I want to see all
I feel
the
like
shit.
I
Don't
miss
just give
people's
me like
stuff because it does that. Oh, wait, Travis said, I don't think I saw this before. He said, I may or may not have bought 3 more tape machines the past week.
Holy
and a half,
shit.
But I'll never admit it.
How's the studio build going out there, Travis?
Yeah, that's right. How's that going? No, that's a good question though. It is actually the same size,
Yeah, it is.
basically. That's funny. I printed that up today. I was telling the story about it.
That's the comp.
It's the comp, yeah. Waiting on cement humans sucks.
Oh man.
Oh, this is it's this new comp coming out. No, I printed up a square for this purpose, but also because so on this live stream with Mike, or the podcast with Mike, I put up just a square of the image, you know, and but for some reason, because of the length of the video, using that image in Final Cut, it like rendering that image just a JPEG, a PNG on a video for like an hour and a half or whatever. It took so long. It's almost like in real time or something. So then I said, well, fuck it. I tried changing the size. I thought maybe it was the file size. I thought something was just too big. But so I said, fuck it. I went to the local print shop and I just printed up like a 12. Record I think is 12.375 square. So I wanted to get a 12.3 3/8 size square. That's a little bit bigger, but yeah, it's essentially like it's the same size as a record. Yeah, because I figured if I just have like a physical image rather than sitting there waiting for my computer to render like a stupid fucking like still image. I mean, not that maybe the thing even needs it, but which is a whole different conversation. But anyway, yeah. So it's basically a 12-inch record-sized 424 logo for the background, and I was testing it out now. The only problem is it's glossy, so I had to turn it a little bit because they didn't have matte paper. Apparently, they were sold out of matte paper. I don't know if the guy just didn't want to make another one, or I don't know. But
probably didn't want to open the next ream.
The next ream, yeah.
You're standing in the way of his safety meeting he was going to go have behind the dumpster, so.
Yeah, so anyway, I mean, yeah, so I got to print it up. It's pretty cool, and now I don't have to wait 2 hours for my computer to render a PNG image over a long video file. So I had to do that with James, the interview with James today. There's an interview with James Dunn coming out tomorrow on the channel, 3 p.m., and the podcast at 8 a.m. It's a really good talk. We talked 4 tracks, getting older and being in the music scene. Mac DeMarco came up, as I said before. And just general recording stuff. Definitely one of my favorite podcasts in terms of it hits like a lot of the tenets of the channel, and I think it's a really good talk. If you need something to put on in the background while you're walking or running or making dinner or something, check it out.
So 2 things. Catface. It says they built an old Encore Strat, wired the neck and middle as a humbucker, and have a piezo on the switch. That should be interesting. Piezos and guitars can be really cool for experimentation and stuff. That should be very interesting. And the other is Talk to You. I don't know.
Talk to Ty.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Talk to you. Yeah. You said talk to you.
I don't know. Anyway, have you ever wrote a song about a video game or a movie or something like that? Yeah. I draw inspiration for songs, mostly not really about a movie, like as a tribute. It's sort of like I tend to like draw from storylines and things, though, if I'm really into a movie.
I actually wrote a song about a movie, the original 1991 classic, Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze vehicle, Point Break. The song On Me and the Machine is actually about that movie. That's the inspiration for it.
That's funny.
I can't think of the name of it. It's the one we play. One of the ones toward the end. It's like...
Crimes?
Yeah, Crimes. That's the one. So Crimes, check it out. Talk to you. Talk to you. That song's actually a Point Break inspired track about the original. I never saw the Redux. There's like a new version that came out, or redone version in like I think recently, and I never saw that one. But if you've never seen that movie, that is like the epitome of bro love, I guess. It's a fucking sick movie. I love that movie. It's like so good. You gonna jump?
What is going on here?
You guys quote the movie.
Oh.
James is actually here at Bean Trees. So James, if you guys have any questions for James, that's him be there at Bean Trees. Your cat is actually in the background, James. I don't know if you said you didn't watch that video. I was like skimming through it. Your like white and orange cat. He's like sitting on the shelf, like over your shoulder at one point. It's really funny. Yeah, Point Break quotes. Bro Mitment. Have you guys ever seen the movie Hot Fuzz too? They do like a really funny homage to Point Break in that movie. It's really fucking.
I don't know that I've ever seen Point Break.
It's like, the scene is where the guy's like shooting the gun up into the air. He's like, ah! It's like completely, it's like an homage. I think that's what it's called. But they talk about like Bad Boys and Point Break.
Mm.
Such a great movie. So I feel like, I don't know, is it underrated? I don't know. I've never really heard a lot of people talking about it. I remember watching it a lot as a kid. And Utah. And just it's the one with the president's masks. The guys they all wear like a different president's mask.
Oh yeah.
And they're like surfer bank robber dudes.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Is that one blonde-headed guy that like never wears a shirt in the movie, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And Anthony, I can never say his name. From Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Kiedis?
Yeah, Anthony Kiedis is in it. He's one of the like raging.
Wait, is Flea in that one too?
I don't think so. No.
Did you ever see? There's a couple movies that they do like cameos in as
Big
together as like fucking nut bars though.
Oh.
There's
I don't know. Is Flea in Point Break?
There was one from like a long time ago where they flipped like an SUV and they like come stumbling out and it's Anthony and Flea and I forget what fucking movie that is though.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, Flea is in Back to the Future Part 2.
Oh yeah, he's in Back to the Future Part 2 too.
Yep. One of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah, I mean
I think Back to the Future is probably my favorite trilogy.
It's definitely one of the strongest.
Yeah.
As far as trilogies go.
Yeah, what the hell's this character's name? I forget. Needles.
Needles, yeah. Yep, Flea is a nihilist, that's right. He's one of the bowling I think Walter throws like the bowling ball into like his chest at the end.
Oh yeah.
He's the one that's like, oh, like hunched over. That part's crazy.
Flea is a strange fucking dude, man.
Such an iconic looking guy.
He has a really dynamic personality, though. If you watch like interviews with him and stuff, he's a very sharp dude. He's very funny and articulate. You know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's
amazing because they did drugs so hard for so many years that like you wouldn't even think that.
I know. I saw some like early interviews with them, and
oh god, they were fucked.
They were crazy kids, man.
Yeah.
Like I've seen interviews where they're like literally like teenagers or whatever.
Well, like. Flea was in that punk band Fear for a while. That was like his first like major claim, I guess, to anything. And there's all kinds of weird stories about that. And then if you read Anthony's book about like his early life, especially, and I've never read the whole thing. I've just read pieces of it, but that shit was fucking nuts, man. Like that's not shit that should happen to people in real life. Some of what's in that book.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
It's so weird. I've had Under the Bridge stuck in my head this week.
It's a good riff. I love the opening riff of that.
I don't know why. Like just those lyrics have been like playing in my head a lot. Fleas in the Chase, the same movie that has Henry Rollins as the cop. I've never seen that.
That might be the one. Does he flip like an SUV in the Chase?
It sounds like it would be the movie that they flipped based on the title.
Yeah, I have to look it up.
Really tied the rooms together. Damn, I know. I gotta read this book now. Is that like his
Scar Tissue? It's like his autobiography.
Yeah,
Damn.
All right, I gotta check that out.
Yeah. Dave read the whole thing several times. He was very interested in it. But
I thought it was interesting too. I saw an interview. This is a little bit like same topic, but I think Anthony. I remember he didn't really want to be in the band or something. Like, and they just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he like Flea. I think Flea egged him on to keep singing and keep doing it. Interesting.
Last week, I think it was, the Chili Peppers were playing at Chad Smith's kids'
you mean Will
elementary
Ferrell?
School.
Will Ferrell's elementary school?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that
yes, I have. The drum off. It's fucking hilarious.
I said that for years, man. I was like, that guy looks exactly like Will Ferrell.
Yeah. But, so the Chili Peppers went and did a set like on backline little like amps and stuff at this like elementary school. It's hilarious. The guitar player's playing through like this little tiny like Marshall starter amp, and Flea's playing through a little starter bass amp, and there's like a way scaled down like fucking drum kit, and he's bashing the shit out of you know, chewing gum and shit going behind.
That sounds awesome. But, it's like a show and tell.
I think it was maybe for Halloween.
Benjamin said, I think so. Charlie Sheen is the lead in the chase. Rollins is a comical over the top trying to track him down.
Wait. Isn't the chase the one where he like kidnaps that chick and in the end they're like trying to get together? They get cornered.
That's a good question from Turtleneck 64. Would you rather have to record a full album with all digital effects and amps into a 4-track, or all analog effects and tube transistor amps into a DAW?
B.
Yeah, I was gonna say B.
Always
too.
B.
Definitely B. I feel like that's sometimes what I wind up doing anyway. Uh-oh, feedback again? Fuck.
My audio's off. I don't know how you're getting feedback.
Well, no, he said it might be a fridge or something.
Hey, what's going on,
There
Charles?
might be a little bit of TV in the background. I'm gonna check in. I found my other pair of headphones.
I'm remembering that movie now. I forget what the actress's name was in that. But I do remember that. She like falls for him at the end and they get like cornered and shit. Yeah. Weird.
Oh yeah, there is like a little bit of hum or something.
Is it coming from your computer this time?
Is it because this is like under it?
Maybe. You heard a fire siren? Is it getting worse as you move it?
It almost sounds like cell phone interference.
Huh.
Yeah, there was a fire siren before.
How did I not hear that? I can't hook to your Wi-Fi either, so you might be hearing interference from my phone. It won't let me connect.
I should go flip the Wi-Fi. Yeah, what? That's fucking weird. Unless it's like...
Also, do you have a direct 56 HP laser jet?
What? Oh.
Is that you?
Uh...
Oh, your iPhone's there. I could connect to that. Somebody's laser jet printer shows up on here. I'm just curious.
I have a brother laser jet printer.
Not an
Or
HP
brother,
though?
no.
What the hell?
Alright, sorry about the audio issues today, guys. I'm gonna move this over here. I kinda... not really sure what's up today. Doesn't sound too bad, it's just like... This is what I mean. This is like, it's so frustrating, all the technological stuff. That's the biggest bottleneck for this, man.
Matt, I read your last couple of emails about the amp that you want to build too, and I have a couple of thoughts. I just haven't had time to sit down and write you back on the topic of the last couple of emails on that. I had time at the top of the week with my birthday and stuff. That's how I was emailing you at like 3 in the morning or whatever. But, yeah. Mike, it was tolerable until he started farting around with it. Skiz.
Alright.
The digital shit does get tiring. It's kind of fatigue. That amp built. I really would make that amp like as simple as you can make it if it were me, especially for your first tube amp build, but you know, basically you can do whatever you want because it's your build. Audio is worse now.
What the fuck? Yeah, it sounds like Pac-Man. I hear that.
Thanks, Travis. 3
Wait.
6.
Now it's better, right? Seems better.
What the fuck is going on here?
Dude, I don't know. This is like so frustrating. Unless this has been going... Okay, alright. I'm gonna like... Nobody move. Alright. Sorry about all the audio issues and stuff tonight, guys. Hey, No Wave Charles, what's up, buddy? The cell phone by the mic. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I put the cell phone by the mic every single week when we're doing this. I set it down in the same place.
It's weird. I don't know. I took out this little thing. It's like my... I have this wireless mouse, but I think that's usually plugged in too. I don't know why that would have...
I have no idea.
It seems to be better since I took that out. I don't know if that was it, but... And I also moved the tube MP from beneath the computer because it's not usually under there.
Yeah, I kind of wondered if that was what the problem was.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. It's like, well, that's the factor that's changed. I don't know. Between the Grammy operatives and now the Music Modernization Act.
The new guitar is haunted. There you go.
Yeah,
there it is. Solved
paranormal influence.
Solved it.
It's way better. It's way better.
But yeah, Matt.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the paranormal influence. Jay turned 36.
Yeah.
Damn. Happy birthday, bro. The Synsonics has a spirit attached. I should have never taken that thing.
I think, though, that you'll find the difference between the bass and the quote-unquote instrument inputs in that schematic are probably going to be that the bass side is just much woofier. But, you know, you can try it. Build the whole thing just like it is on paper. I'll draw you out the thing for the tube rectifier, and you know, the beauty of building your own amps, especially on a turret board like what we've been talking about, is that you can always change it if you don't like it. You got to tweak and tune and figure out what it is that works and what doesn't. But you know, on your control panel layouts, I think I would look sort of at like what Fender did with their layouts. Keeping the high Z sides of the tubes, the grids of the preamp tubes, and their signal wires as far from the power transformer as possible. Sort of makes it almost foolproof as far as the noise and hum and shit goes. And tubes along the back row somewhere usually works out best, but you can sort of intersperse them too. So I think we'll just have to, like, if you want my input on it anyway, I think we'll just have to like work over a layout that sort of works with the drills that you already have, so you don't have to punch 1,000 holes. But yeah, I mean, you can basically do whatever you want. It just comes down to, like, if you cluster the tubes up like one of your drawings had it, you're going to end up with heater wires that jump all over the place, and they're going to cross things at, you know, parallels instead of right angles because they jump all over everything. And when you cross an AC heater line in parallel with a signal wire, you get noise based on inductance. They got to cross at right angles, so it gets very tricky when you cluster things and clog it all up that way. Running the heaters gets very difficult then. And once you have heater noise, getting rid of heater noise is not an easy thing to do. So, but yeah. So we'll talk about it in the email anyway. I won't clog up a whole bunch more time in here. But
all right, Matt. It's hands off from now on, unless you guys say it takes a tank again.
The Turtleneck 64, I say make it good with bass before good with guitar. It's more likely for a bass amp to be good with guitar than vice versa. Yeah, I'd agree with that, except the schematic that we're looking at is a version of a Fender Bassman, which, you know, some bass players liked in their day, but guitar players really caught on to more than anything. It could be shifted more towards the bass end of things, but there's always trade-offs when you try to make an amp that does everything, both things, whatever. You know, even a solid-state bass amp, if you play guitar through it, like, it's not really designed around the center frequencies of a regular guitar. It's designed around the center frequencies of the bass guitar range. So there's always a high-frequency trade-off, or, you know, something that's not quite what you expect when you do that. But the particular schematic that...
What about like a Bassman 100? That's a sick amp. That's got like functionality. Like,
you can do anything you want with it, basically, yeah.
That one's cool for like both.
But the reason I sent him this Bassman schematic is because, one, I've built a version of that already, and I know that it works, and it sounds good. And by the way, the version of that I built is just the instrument input side, not the bass side. And it's got enough low end to rattle everything in the fucking music store.
Yo, Andrew, what's up, buddy? Thanks for coming by.
Anyway, so yeah,
it's freaking late. I'm gonna pass out freaking late. All right. Well, thanks for coming by, Andrew.
All right. So so Charles, hey guys, I got a question. So we have a music recording class at my school, and I'm recording a song in it.
Sounds
too clean, too sterile. Does that make any sense? I want to give it some bite. Yeah.
Cafe says, is it all in the box? If you can go through tape and tubes.
If it's all in the box, what DAW are you working in?
I was gonna say distortion too. James was saying.
But if you're working Logic, pull up your compressor plug, your Logic compressor plug-in, and pull down the little tab in the corner, because there's a distortion adjustment coefficient thing inside of that will let you saturate.
Oh, Andrew, I did get a new guitar. Yeah.
So when you're fucking around in Logic, open the Logic included whatever stock plug-in, and in the corner there should be a little like arrows thing that lets you pull down the bottom, and you should find distortion there. You can definitely try that. I play around with what's called the clip distortion plug-in. I don't know if 10 still has that, but 9 had that. And that works really cool if you need to like add some texture to snares and stuff, because you can control how gritty or not gritty that is without affecting the gain. It just like, you can tweak the tone in a way that like it gets very like sort of crystalline, or it gets very woolly.
I don't think I've ever fucked with that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. But otherwise, there are a couple things you could do as far as running it out and back in. But it would depend on what your interface is and what gear is available. What is that plug-in? The plug-in I'm talking about with the clip distortion, that's in Logic 9, there's a category in the plugins menu called distortion, and when I pull that down, I have like 4 or 5 plugins there. And the clip distortion is one of the ones that comes with Logic. At least with 9, I don't know about 10.
Now that goes on like the like each track, but it's
you could put it on the bus too if you wanted to.
But so is it like essentially like a?
It's really meant for if you plug like a clean electric guitar into like the direct input on the interface.
Yeah.
It's meant to put distortion on that, but I've never used it that way.
Yeah.
It wouldn't sound good like that.
That's what I thought you meant it was when you said that, and I was like, that's fucking cool.
That's what it's designed for, but it doesn't.
That sounds cool.
It's so like it's way too grainy.
Yeah.
I suspect that's probably Logic only, but I would also suspect that there are freeware and open source plugins out there that probably do the same damn thing. There's this one I used to use. It was called Chrissy. It's a lo-fi plugin. It's like purple, and it's got like an evil looking girl and a lightning bolt in the interface. It was a freeware VST. And that one was fucking awesome for destroying stuff and adding saturation, and I don't know. I assume you can probably still download that, but
clip distortion. You got, man, so many great suggestions from you guys. This is awesome.
Yeah. The one thing you could try is one thing.
Paid Skizza to say that.
One thing you could try would involve a little bit of electronics, but it's passive. Oh yeah, so Logic X. Wow, you got like the advanced version of it. Jesus,
you get like a graph.
Look at that
there.
fucking thing.
Oh my gosh.
I just have like these little blue bars that move up and down when I adjust things.
Huh?
How much is it saturating?
This is cool. This clip distortion plugin.
Yeah, it works pretty good for things like that. It's also cool, like if you have a bass guitar that needs a little bit more something.
Yeah.
It can be cool to like set clip distortion on a bus and then aux from your bass track to it. Some pretty interesting textures there. That's what with those Kitty Fisher Army tracks that I did last winter. That's the bass tone on that. There's a mic'd signal, there's a DI signal that runs through clip distortion and out. Hey Andrew,
yeah, that's
we'll
one
see
thing
you.
I was gonna say. Oh yeah, Andrew, I'll tell you about that guitar sometime. There's a long explanation of what it is. Basically, found it in Hapro's basement, fixed it up, gave it to Tim. 2 years later, Tim moves, gives it back to me, so I got it back. Gonna be doing some videos on it. Stick around. Turn on bell notifications so you know when those vids go live. Thanks for stopping through, buddy.
Turtleneck.
Have a good night.
Turtleneck, that clip distortion has filters in it that will let you adjust what its voice is doing. I'm pretty sure, at least in 9, there was high and low pass, or is high and low pass. I'd have to look at it again. It's been a while since I used it, but seriously, like pull
Thanks,
down
Andrew.
the little corner of your Logic compressor plug-in, because there's definitely a little slider in there that lets you adjust clipping and saturation and shit. At least in 9, I don't know. 10, I'm sure has that.
Yeah.
It probably just looks better.
There's also the tape delay plugin in Logic. Now it has like a, if you turn the delay all the way off, it still has sort of like a
Oh, that's awesome, Travis.
the tape kind of sound to it.
Matt, I'm a Logic guy, but Reaper, if I had to choose anything besides Logic, I would probably go to Reaper myself. It's a simpler interface and just as powerful a tool as anything else out there.
That. I think I want to move into that and do some videos on that too, because everybody's been telling me about Reaper, and I just haven't reaped it yet. Oh, that's bad.
Happy, yeah. The LA2 compressor plugins, like the Universal Audio and stuff. My brother had that in his system, and all those things are pretty cool. It really just depends on what you're doing and what you really expect
Fear
from
the
it.
Reaper. You reap what you sow.
Accordion to Kevin.
What's up, Kevin?
Yep.
New fam coming through.
Yeah, there's been a lot of new faces tonight. Yeah.
There's something else I was gonna say.
Making
Oh yeah, I was
cake.
gonna say, Charles, too. Like with the distorting stuff, just I would say to play around with trying different. Don't distort everything, but try
Oh,
distorting.
definitely don't distort
certain
everything.
elements of it and see what you like.
Well, look, if you
Unless you want to get like the mix idea too is cool, like setting the whole thing out to cassette to get a cassette vibe, but you know.
But if you want to fuck around with it and adding the plugins directly to the track or to a bus are problematic, or it's just too over the top, assign an auxiliary on the tracks that need the distortion. Put that distortion on it. Max out one of those sends so that you can set the distorted tone, and then just back it off with the auxes, because then you can get the blend without having to,
Yeah.
you know,
Power of the bus.
to give up. Yeah, you don't want to give up the natural tone of the track necessarily, but if you want to add grit and cut on the backside of it, it's kind of like the idea of parallel compression. You're taking a composite of both things in the end. But yeah,
Especially with like distortion.
yeah, and you know, I use busing for all kinds of shit. Probably stuff you're not really supposed to even use it for. But you know,
It works really well though for a lot of obviously I think the plate reverb.
oh yeah,
That's my
yeah, same.
compression, obviously, distortion, especially with vocals.
Yeah, the distorted vocals thing is the whole reason we built that pedal.
Yeah,
You know, it's sort of like,
that's yeah. That was the whole reason we put the XLR on there, man.
yeah, I feel like, you know, a little distortion on vocals or saturation or whatever you want to call it, and also just like a touch of modulation, either with or without reverb.
Yeah,
But,
the chorus can be really cool if it's very subtle. And that
If
is,
the drums feel too clean and safe, I would put those drums, assign an aux to that drum bus channel, put a heavy distortion on whatever that target bus is, and play with the blend on that thing. Right click it, set it to post fade or post pan, whichever you prefer. Yeah, so that you can set a blend that works, and then it sort of tracks that same blend as you adjust whatever the fade is. If you have automations and stuff going on your tracks, you're going to want to do that so that it tracks correctly. Stock form, at least in 9, is pre-fader, which puts things kind of in a weird place when you have automations going. You have effects that peak out fucked up, and you don't necessarily want that in all instances. Although with the reverbs it doesn't tend to matter much, but with distortions you certainly don't want those peaking out when a track ducks. That's a bad thing. So, but yeah, definitely play with the auxiliaries. And Yeah, thanks. I end up wearing this shirt on a lot of these streams for some reason. I guess that's just how the laundry runs. But
Jay's Wednesday shirt.
yeah. Charles, the other thing is if you have a drum track that needs to be affected and you can't get it to sneak in there, you could either email it to Mike or to me, and we can put it through what we got and dirty it up for you and kick it back.
Yeah, we've been meaning to make a little tab or something or on the site or your site about that kind of a thing. Reamp service, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the reamp thing is, that's something I've been trying to offer to people for fucking ever, and it kind of seems like nobody ever really wants it.
Yeah.
But,
I think a lot of people today, I think that's kind of one of the things with home recording, a lot of people want to do it themselves. Yeah,
sure. But if
they
there's
they
things...
They want to push in the right direction or, an idea in the right direction, but I get that. That's how I am. I know that's how you are, too. It's like...
Yeah, but, also if there's things that you get stuck on, it's nice to... we accept stems on a case-by-case basis if there's, like, something specific or, whatever, sure. I don't think Mike or I really turn anybody away on much of fucking anything, to be quite honest. It's kind of like open-door policy,
Yeah.
If, as long as you're not in an enormous rush for, like a whole record worth of running it back through one of our systems or whatever, it's usually not a problem.
Error. That's weird. Yeah, you can hit Jay at Operation Audio. I'm going to put him in the chat. Operation Audio Gmail. And you can hit me up at 424recording at Gmail. Or you could hit us up on the forum too. I don't know why the chat didn't want to put this through.
Oh yeah, Travis with the plates. That would be an awesome one, especially for, like Charles was talking about.
It's weird.
Affecting things with reverbs and stuff. Doesn't get any better than running it through a real plate.
For some reason, it won't let me add our emails to the chat.
Really?
Yeah, it says there's like an error when I try to type something in. Look. Error, try again. So maybe, all right, well...
I'll do it from here.
Yeah, just drop them in there. These guys probably have them, but if anyone needs them. That sounds cool, Travis. Yeah, hell yeah. Throw them through the plates. That sounds really cool. I've run vocals through the roto speaker. Huh, yeah, that's cool. The Lennon-esque. You can kind of do that with... I really like the Sound Toys plugins. I don't know if anybody uses those. I think they have like a student deal on them. I think that's how I got them. And they also have deals, I think, in certain times of the month. But I feel like those plugins are really fucking, like, really good out of, like, I don't know. Or maybe they're just my favorite, but what is the one? There's like the delay one. I think it's called like Delay Boy or something. Is really fucking sick for that Lennon sound.
Turtleneck. I have spring reverb abilities. Travis has real plates, echo plates, I believe.
The Sound Toys.
And I'm forgetting. Travis had
Echo Boy. That's what it's called.
Travis had EMT too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Travis, was it just echo plates, or was it EMT as well? I'm forgetting now. But either way,
yeah, Echo Boy.
You don't really get much better emulation of a plate reverb than having somebody who knows what they're doing pump your track through a real plate reverb. So
that's fucking cool. Yeah,
definitely
hit up Travis.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Echo Plate and the Lawson. That's right.
Yeah. Strangebirdrecording at gmail.com for that plate goodness. The Sound Toys, not to like be gushing about Sound Toys, but the Sound Toys little plate is also really fucking cool. That's like their newish one. I think they had a free download for a little while.
Charles, I also have...
That's fucking sick, that little plate.
Digital outboard reverbs like the SPX 90, the old school shit. There's a bunch of like 80s and 90s things in my racks that do various things. And there's... I'm trying to remember now. There's a bunch of like weird reverbs that were meant for home stereo systems that do some pretty cool shit. Mike's got plenty of toys here. He can run stuff out too.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. I actually took finally, Jay.
The adapter.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd
Friday.
you think?
It's fucking sick.
Right.
I ran the Digitakt. Matt, speaking of Matt's Nakamichis.
Yeah.
So Matt sent the channel CR1A sitting right here. I don't know, it's out of the shot, but the 4 tracks on top of it. And I've been meaning to do a video on it because Jay was telling me him and his brother were fucking around with this, taking a tape player like adapter that you put into like a car, and then running and then overdriving, distorting the Nakamichi. And I made that video will be coming out. I made it like last month. I just never had a chance to release it, but that's coming out Friday. So
nice.
It's gonna be fucking dope. So check it out then. And Matt, thank you so much. Sorry man, it took me a while to get that going, but I also want to start dubbing some tapes on this bad boy. But that's a really cool trick too. If you just send enough of a hot signal into this, you can get some really cool. Now it's not quite tape distortion or cassette distortion,
but it's a cool kind of raunchy because I think it's special because you're putting distortion across 2 ferric heads.
Right.
So it's passing through an inductor, an air gap, and an inductor again, and back into the audio path, which is a very unique instance for creating distortion that doesn't exist anywhere else.
Right. Yeah. So it's fucking cool. You know. Who knows what other sounds you'll discover in these old tape decks? But it's fucking dope. Cap bro, hey bro, coming in for his. You can see his tail down here, maybe. Coming in for his nightly visit. What's up, buddy?
So yeah, definitely hit up any number of us or all of us, whatever, man. You could bounce your track
start a chain.
Bounce your track off of everybody, and we'll all just send you back our best.
That would be fun.
Our best guess, and you can sort of just do whatever you want with it. But that kind of shit is fun. You know, it's.
I don't do that. So.
You know, and I saw
that no stakes, low stakes. You know, just kind of fucking around with it.
Yeah, well, you know, it's good to experiment and put different spins on things. And I saw up here someplace that Skiz said the TascFam is the best sounding distortion I've heard in a long time.
Oh yeah,
it lives on my board.
It's fucking dope, man.
Nice.
And that's what we were saying about Lachlan too. He's got the VU meter version. That thing's fucking sick, dude. That's what I was saying, man. Like it's exceeded my expectations.
Some fate rapping in the background, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, this thing's fucking dope. I'm so glad we were able to get these out to you guys. And Jay, yeah, you fucking knocked it out of the park, bro. Like seriously, this is exactly what I wanted.
There you go.
And apparently, so did you guys. So did all y'all. So. Yeah, this thing's fucking dope. I gotta say, it's my main thing now. My main distortion, especially for bedroom stuff. So
Tree Man, what he did with the Nakamichi is he used the car adapter cassette, which gives you a line input. It turns that line input into basically a forever tape. It broadcasts through a tape head that's run backwards. And then it goes through the playhead that's in the Nakamichi, and you use the outputs from the Nakamichi to feed back to whatever your recording device is. And the idea is that you slam that car adapter cassette thing with whatever you're feeding it with. It distorts, and then it distorts the tape head and the return path all the way through the cassette deck that's, you know, being abused at the time, and then it feeds back into whatever. It's just a different way of getting, you know, saturation or affected tone, or you know,
just giving it a little. Yeah, I mean, you can get really crazy with it, which is what I did.
But there's also frequency curve circuits within a cassette deck that, you know, your material may not have been exposed to before, so it can act in a very moderate setting. It can just act as sort of a filter.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it'll clip off certain frequencies and notch out certain things, and. You know, RIAA curve, you can Google that. And that'll show you, like, record players and shit have a curve built into them. Cassette machines and reel-to-reels have curves built in. You know.
Well,
and noise reduction is part of some of that shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's all about filtering.
That was, like, part of the thing I thought was super cool was, like... So I was looking into analog... Electron... You know, I'm a Digitakt fanboy, and Electron makes this. It's basically like a distortion. They put out analog. I think it's a little analog drive too, and it's basically like a bunch of different distortion modes. It's basically like an 8-stage distortion pedal, and like essentially what I feel like this is one of those stages, and not that's the exact stages on the on that unit, the analog drive, but like I think the analog drive is like it's just crazy. It's like $800 or something.
Jesus.
I feel like it's a glorified, tabletop. It's basically like 8, different sounds. But that's what's cool if you have I'm not knocking that. I just think for me, my usage, like I'm not going to get that because that's crazy to spend on that. But the idea is that this thing has this like world of overdrive and distortion in it that is really cool for that.
Well, doesn't that have switchable filters on the front too? So if you engage it does. So if you engage noise reduction or whatever you engage those different filters, it'll change what that sound is doing too.
That's true. I don't even think I did that. Maybe that'll be for the next video.
There you go.
But yeah, so it's cool because
excuse me.
Yeah, bless you, bro.
Thank you.
For something that Matt sent the channel, using it in an unexpected way, it's much like overdriving the 4-track, and that's the same idea. The TascFam sounds fucking sick too.
But it's doing it with the cassette adapter into the tape deck gives you much more control over how
I guess
moderate
in a
or
more
extreme it can
sense.
be.
Yeah, I was just saying, like,
but the
fact
idea
that
is
you can have like these other units rather than going out and buying an $800 newfangled distortion. You can just find this old gear and fuck with it in a way that's like
new.
Yeah,
new again.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
Cool.
I bet you could do that 8 times if you took an 8-track tape player.
Yeah.
And hacked an extra 8-track head into an old 8-track cassette. You could have 8 fucking inputs and do all kinds of weird switcheroo thingies in there.
Yeah.
Or like one of those quadraphonic cassette decks that they put out like in the 70s that nobody bought. Probably could fuck with that. So I find that pretty interesting. This guy says he's running a Hall reverb into the TascFam. Yeah, that is very interesting.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't have thought of running it that way, but hey, whatever's working for you. That's good. But, yeah, so.
Nice.
Yeah, Tree Man, it's sort of like, I think that idea came up because there was a car adapter sitting around and somebody had given my brother a TascFam cassette deck that was fucked up. It worked, but it didn't work right. But it would work with that adapter in it. So that was the experiment. It's like, what does this do, and how can we use it? It was short-lived because it's sort of like not really his cup of tea, and he was in the middle of working on something that didn't really involve me while I was there. So
yeah.
There's that. I was doing some guest guitar on one of the Warp the Weft records he made when we fucked around with that. I played like some noise tracks on the record and shit.
That's cool. Yeah, I think that's cool. Like I feel like that's kind of the history of recording music, right? Is like using gear in unexpected ways.
Yeah, I mean that's how you achieve the next plateau. I think that maybe there should be a thread on the forum with like links or something that people can post up recordings of things they did with the TascFam.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, hell yeah.
Or if you have the ability to make some sort of video, even if it's just cell phone video, like get that shit on YouTube
or Instagram, yeah.
Pop it out there. But
yeah, I would love to hear what people are doing with that. I mean, Matt sent, did he I'm sure he forwarded you that track or sent you that track that he did. Has like the TascFam. He put like a video. He sent me like partially of the. Matt, did that video ever come out?
I don't think I got that.
He used like found footage or used Creative Commons footage. I don't know. I thought I would have forwarded it to you at least. Mod a Walkman into a cassette pedal. There you go. Yeah, Matt, send Jay, we gotta send Jay that video.
I don't think I have that.
I think he said he used the guitar and the bass through the fan.
Yeah,
I haven't finished it. Okay. Yeah, it was a very small snippet of it. Sounded dope.
Exodus, Jeremy sent me links too. I meant to address.
Oh yeah, that's right. I meant to ask you about that. I think he was asking you to get your opinion
He
on
said,
some
I
of
know
that stuff.
ambient is probably not your thing, but I've been working on this for a while. What do you think? I listened to all of it, and I thought it was pretty cool. Ambient is not necessarily really my thing, but you know, there was something about it. I think maybe just like the sounds of the drums and stuff that kind of reminded me of like some Albini's early stuff with like, you know, his Big Black project before it became a band, when it was just like him and a drum machine and a tape deck. And there was a little bit of like that kind of vibe in there, although not nearly as like hectic and sort of manic as Albini used to do it. But the idea, something about it keyed me into that. I thought it was cool. I mean, I think you should
Yeah, I think Jeremy's trying to get it mixed right now or mastered. I think
is that what's going on?
Yeah, I think he's wondering about that too, if you had any interest in that.
Yeah, I mean, if you need it mastered, sure. But you know,
Capra,
in the house. What you doing, buddy?
he's like, he always seems, it's funny. We have the stream works for the first, you know, half hour, and then it takes a shit, and then we fix that, and then
the cat comes
in.
in.
And then Capro comes in for a visit around the same time. It's funny.
Matt, if you wanted to mod a Walkman into a cassette pedal, by the way, you could just go in there and cut the tape head off of the thing, wire it up to a 1/4-inch input, plug your guitar into that, and engage the play button. That's basically it. You could use the stereo headphone out as your playthrough. That would absolutely do what you're talking about. Be a cassette distortion with very little control and probably not a lot of headroom. But it does work. I used to do that with like the $2 8-track decks from the Goodwill and Salvation Army and shit before I could afford an amp. I used to cut the fucking head off of it, and I'd wire a cable to it and have it sticking out like the cassette hole, and you just plug into that shit.
Yeah.
Worked
awesome.
good. They used to blow up pretty often because I used to slam them with like a DOD distortion pedal in the front. They don't like that as much, but
Supra distortion.
the Supra distortion, yeah.
I got to do the video on that. I got the Coffin and the Supra scripts written up. I just have to. I gotta shoot those. I just haven't had a chance to do them because they're a little more involved than some of the other videos. But that Coffin pedal sounds like surprisingly good.
You like that?
I
Yeah.
actually do like it. Yeah. It seems like it needs a lot of gain, but it sounds good.
It's not really my thing, but
It's funny because I feel like if you could, I don't know, if I like, it's just so it's so funny. I guess I'll show it to you guys really quick. So Jay let me borrow this. It's a pedal that was made by that Coffin company. I don't know if it's still a company or not.
Coffin cases. I'm sure everybody that's
Coffin
on this stream has
cases,
seen
yeah.
them.
So I've been writing a script for this for Trash or Fantastic. I've been meaning to do that. I'm going to be doing that at some point. And this is actually modded by Jay.
Yeah, I just put a switch in the side.
What is it supposed to do? Didn't you like mod partial the circle or something?
It just switches between pairs of diodes.
Okay. Yeah, so like this, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this thing. I got a lot to say about it though. It'll be a Trash or Fantastic episode, probably episode 3 or 4. I'm also working on the Super Distortion that Jay just mentioned too, because that pedal, now that's a fucking... I think out of all the stuff I've ever heard, that is clearly... Well, no spoilers, but... yeah, so this thing is pretty crazy. I don't know if you guys have ever had one of these.
Catface asked if I got it from Hot Topic. No.
It does look like that.
My
Totally.
the bass player in Surmiser, I've been around since he was like a kid, basically. And through his years of collecting and getting rid of gear, that thing came into the fold. I think it came from a musician's friend on like Blowout or something.
Yeah.
It was like one of those $39 deals or whatever, but I put a blue LED in it. I think it's blue.
For what it is, I mean, I don't, like I said...
I like the box shape. I think it's cool. I mean, the whole, everything about the brand is fucking tacky, but...
Yeah.
The, you know...
Yeah.
Nobody needs that much coffins in their fucking in their life, man. That's just not a thing.
Yeah, and it's just there's a lot there. I don't want to spoil the video, but yeah, it's like even in the placement of like the jacks.
I feel like I should be out playing like fucking Avril Lavigne cover songs. That fucking thing. Or like what was that?
That's very accurate.
What was that other cheesy ass
Buy
band
a Hot
that
Topic.
that time?
You play Avril Lavigne covers.
Good Charlotte. You
Good,
play some
that's
fucking
exactly
Good
what
Charlotte.
I was thinking. Yeah.
Mike with eyeliner on,
That's right.
black
I
hair,
gotta get my
dyed out,
eyeliner.
fucking playing through that with like a pink Strat with gaff tape on it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Got my checkered
Travis,
bands on.
I would check out Small Bear. He does some really cool kits that aren't super expensive and they sound good. And I don't know how fast he shipped to you, but he ships to me. He's like, I think he's in Brooklyn or something. The shipping's really fast.
Oh, is that Small Bear? Yeah, I think it is out of Brooklyn. I think I got some stuff from there at one point.
So where are we? Dropping ancient engineer secrets. Talking about diodes.
Jay dropping some ancient engineer secrets.
Yeah, DJ Happy. One of the videos that I've wanted to make on my own for a while is an instructional video on how you can use diodes in a balanced audio circuit to create passive distortion, a la several devices that are on the market today. It's not a difficult concept, and it's something that I think all the great thinkers of the TascFam should really experiment with. I have content. I just have no way to edit it, man. It's just that's how it is.
I'll help you, man. I gotta find that. I have a version of Final Cut Pro. That's right. I gotta get the.
Oh, word.
That. Yeah. I might actually be able to look for that. Yeah, I'll look for that tonight or something. I found one of my drives, I think.
Travis, also speaking of the Rat.
Yeah. I was gonna say we gotta bust that out too.
I've been using a Rat on loan for the Irish punk band that I play guitar in. And in the studio when I record their tracks, I use a Rat clone that somebody built and left at the studio that works okay. But I really wanted a Rat of my own, and I really didn't want to build one because it just doesn't appeal to me. So eBay, Mo Sky Music Audio, mini micro Rat with a vintage or turbo flip switch, the 3 normal controls, supposedly true bypass. Yeah, I think this is like $23 or $26.
Nice matte finish.
Nice matte black. No bullshit. Ships from China. It took, I think, 3 weeks to get it though. But you know, I mean, like if you want a Rat and you don't want to have to fuck around, I think this could be a good option.
Yeah, because you were saying it's perfect because you don't. It's like
I just want to be able to throw it like in a gig bag and not have like a big bump in there, like beating the shit out of my guitar.
Yeah.
And I also don't want to have to worry about like losing or destroying a real Rat.
You can find another one for. You could get 8 of those.
Yeah.
I have heard of Donner. I've never played them. I'm assuming that's probably comes from the same factory as the Donner stuff. It seems like I'm looking at some of the stuff of those.
Yeah, you know, Travis, that's sort of my thing too. Like I've played Rats here and there, but I never have owned one, and I've never really considered owning one.
A Rat?
Until recently.
What are you guys talking about?
The Rat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like using them and stuff in certain contexts was always cool, but it just never like, I don't know.
It's like that's funny. It's one of those ones I never really tried out. I never got around to it. I don't know why. I'm seeing if Donner has the Rat.
Catface just posted the link to that. Yeah, there you go. $23.15. $23.15 free shipping. You could have it between November 28th and December 14th. Yeah, so there's an option if anybody's looking for a cheap ass Rat clone. That you can. There's videos of this too on YouTube. It sounds like a Rat. And the vintage or turbo switch swaps diodes around and lets you change the voice. Oh yeah, the MOSFET side of it. The MOSFET side of it probably sounds more like a OCD pedal than it does a Rat, right? All right, I'm gonna step out for just a second here.
Cool.
We're almost.
Oh yeah, damn. Time flies, man.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I've never tried those. I know somebody that used to have those little mower pedals or mower pedals. They're like the same. I think those are the first ones I ever saw that were kind of the archetype for these small box pedals. I would assume that they're probably all pumped out of the same place or the same street in the Chinese factory district. Should have called it the mouse. Tree Man, your use of the cassette adapter tape reminds me of repro, huh? Yeah, I've heard about that. The repro head for like doing delay, right? Huh. This sounds really close to an OCD. Zorlok. I like how even Jay's beard is in stereo. Yeah. It's effectively a repro setup. Okay. Jay, we got Zorlok. They said, I like how even Jay's beard is in stereo.
There you go.
Good one. Oh, Bobby, did I say hi to you? Or you just came in? Hey, Bobby.
Yo, Bobby.
You buy them in vending machines?
Are we talking about the mini rat?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm betting it does sound really close to an OCD. That's the OCD's game is an op amp drive stage with MOSFETs set up as anti-parallel diodes. So yeah, MOSFETs used as diodes clip differently.
Travis, you're saying Ira Kaplan from Yola Tango uses a rat? Is it? I think I kind of missed that conversation. You said you first got into him hearing from Ira.
Yeah, the rats.
That's cool. I fucking love Yola Tango. It's funny, Yola Tango is the band I've seen the most live. I think I've seen them.
I don't know that I've ever even really listened to them.
Well, the funny thing is, like, I'm not like a huge mega fanboy, but there's been shows that I've gone to and like a festival that I got to go to at one point. I was really lucky. My friend won this contest.
Nice.
Sean, basically like this film thing he was able to go. But yeah, it's like, it's funny because I'm not like a super mega fanboy of Yola Tango. It's not like I'm not like, oh, I've seen them like 100 times.
Mm.
It's like I just always in the place where they're playing, and they're fucking great.
Mm.
It's just funny that it's like, I think I saw them at like a free concert in New York at like Battery Park at one point, and then they played up in like, I want to say like Ithaca or Binghamton up there somewhere, like this really random show with Broken Social Scene, or it was like an amalgamation. I don't know. It's just funny. There's like been a couple things where I've just like, and then one time I think I intentionally saw them, and then I saw them at the festival, and it's just funny because it's like one of those. It's just funny that's like the biggest, like one of the bigger bands that I've seen so many times.
Do I like or dislike gated fuzz? I like gated fuzzes as long as they fit the context. I've played with some on riffs that had a lot of like stops and space in them, and I like it for that. It's also cool as like a layer effect underneath a rhythm part.
That's like the sputtering.
Yeah, where it sputters and kind of chops really the notes cool. Off.
The peppermint fuzz from Analog Man. I used to have one of those. That thing did that quite easily. That
lo-fi tremolo pedal that I build, if you lock the tremolo so it stops sweeping, that does a very thick gated. It's not even a fuzz. It's a fucking straight out like grind distortion. But real hard gate. It's like.
It's like -5.
It's pretty serious.
Yeah, Guided by Voices, hell yeah.
What's your what up with that question?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Here we go.
It seems to be around that time of night.
Yeah.
Bobby, it's all good that you came late. I saw you said, oh, sorry I was late. It's all good. We were having a rough time our first
like
night
the
back.
Technology was fucking falling apart.
Dude, I feel like, yeah. It was
because he didn't warm up the tube in the preamp last week. That's why.
guess that's what it was.
That's what it is. You gotta just leave that shit on.
I know.
Don't ever shut it off.
I know. I don't
It'll
know.
run forever, like that Edison light bulb in that firehouse in like
That's right.
DC or wherever
That's
the fuck
right.
that is. Yeah. It's cool. It'll live forever as long as you never shut it
As
off.
long as you never shut it off. Yeah. Dial up is harsh.
Why do so many people?
Travis.
Why do so many people
Travis
skip
is-
over middle positions on
He's
guitars?
taking
What about
the stabs tonight.
Skiz, I think the thing with the middle position is that, like, it's sort of the bastard child in between woolly, thick, and muddy, and, you know, attack bright.
Treble, yeah.
You know,
I like the middle position.
I mean,
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
there you go. I kind of like pickups that are placed in the middle position, especially if it's a single pickup guitar. I think there's a lot of versatility there. In something like a Strat, I'd probably never use the middle pickup ever. And I doubt actually that guitar would maintain its neck pickup even. I kind of end up just in the bridge position on those most of the time. But
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I used to use, I think the neck one. Wait, so the out of phase, the 2 and the 2 and 4 are like out of phase, right? On the Strat.
2 and 4.
Yeah, because the
positions.
Yeah,
you
the
mean.
positions.
Yeah,
like all the way up his neck, all the way back is.
I think the middle pickup.
Bridge.
I think the middle pickup on Strat's stock is wired out of phase or wound. No, it's not wired out of phase. It's reverse wound. I believe is how that works.
Because
So
those
it
other middle
theoretically-
positions are weird on
So
that
it
guitar.
theoretically is out of phase, but it's wired like the rest. It's a reverse wind.
Because those I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah, Charles, get at us, man. You got those emails, so use them.
Yeah, man. Good luck with
Hit
your
him
track.
up, hit me up. Travis is out there.
Yeah. Matt was saying he could run.
Yeah,
things,
there's a man. I don't want to roll back that far, but
stop by
hopefully,
the forum. Stop by
hopefully
the
you got
channel.
screenshots and
Yeah.
use those addresses. Hit us up later on.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Later, Charles. Thanks for coming through. We're gonna be closing up shop in a minute. I think I always used the bridge pickup. Yeah. That's why I got. I mean, that was my jam, the Strats, but now I'm just a straight up Silvertone, and just give me the simple. Just give me some truth. Fender Mustang. Oh, interesting. No middle pickup though. Huh. Hendrix like the middle. Did you guys see that video where there is a big difference in sound from a single pickup guitar versus a pair? You mean like humbuckers? Oh, or do you mean like recording in tandem? That's something that's cool to experiment with a Strat is record multiple tracks in different positions, especially those like out of phase ones or whatever 2 and 4 are, that can really thicken things up. Ever rock a Stratotone? I can't say that I have.
Mm-mm.
I used to. I don't know. I always had. I really just had 2 Strats. Had some other random guitars here and there, but no, I've never. Those are cool. They look cool. The harmony. I really want to get a one of those silver. It reminds me of the Silvertone, the copper ones. Those are fucking cool, like the dolphin head or whatever.
Yeah.
Dolphin neck. I don't know, but I feel like they're very similar to the one I already got. So I don't know. For some reason, I just took a real left turn into Silvertone territory once I got my Silvertone, and I kind of just after I found the Silvertone, I just kind of like ditched everything else. But now I got the Synsonics, which I don't think will cause me to ditch the Silvertone anytime soon.
You never know, man. Never know. Yeah, Telecasters through fuzzes and distortions are actually a lot of fun because they naturally just have a whole lot of bite. So you can darken the pedal way up and get like a woolly distortion, but keep the articulation. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's important. I feel. I don't know. That was always important for me. Like
I used to record with that tele copy that I have, and it was some of my favorite sounds I got actually were with that. Especially through that orange amp.
Japanese Jag.
Yeah, those are nice.
You know, I wanted to get into. I always wanted to get a Mustang too, maybe because of Kurt Cobain. But I remember I tried out a vintage one at one point over at Imperial, and I don't know, it just didn't do it for me. Maybe it was just that one. I don't know.
I have a.
Like I wanted to like it so badly, but I was like, eh.
I have the Music Master, which is a Mustang neck and body, but with a single pickup towards the neck and a fixed bridge instead of the tremolo bridge. Not one of my favorite guitars. Plays okay, but yeah, well, mastery bridges, yeah. Although then you got to throw like, you know, $500 at a $900 guitar too. But yeah.
Yeah.
Point taken.
Oh, that was something I was gonna say that about like getting cheap guitars and doing what you want with them, like, you know, testing things out, or
sure.
You know, that's what I don't think this has come up before, but you know, when a lot of those, I don't know, I feel like relatively recently, within the past 5 or 10 years, like, I remember people used to shit on like Squier stuff and shit on like the quality of it, and then there seemed to be this shift where like some people started, either the quality got better or the quality of the American stuff got worse, and then people were like, ah, fuck it, I'm not gonna buy like a $2,000 Strat, I'm just gonna buy the Squier $150 one or the Fender 151, and then just like put $500 worth of great parts in it.
Well, Travis, I don't think that that's dumb. I just think it's like, I don't know. It gets crazy when you get into like that mastery stuff. It's like the best fucking bridge you could ever bolt on a Jaguar. So I understand why people do it. And in fact, my bass player almost ordered one for a Squier Jaguar that he has that I put lipstick tube pickups in.
Oh shit!
I think that's a $200 guitar. So
when does he play? Do you use that one? Does he have that one?
I've recorded a few things with that, but I don't use it out. That's not my favorite either. If I need something that's kind of like brassy and chimey, that's a good guitar for it. But other than that, it's, I
like low action.
I would fucking destroy that guitar live anyway. There's no way that it would survive.
Bobby asked, do you like your string action low or high?
It depends on the guitar. Shorter scale, I tend to like it a little higher. I don't know why. On the guitar that I play out live is 24 3/4 or 24 1/2. That action's just about as low as you can make it without it buzzing, and I love it that way. But like my Jag Stang, which is basically a Mustang neck, short scale, the action on that's kind of high because I made a bunch of mods to the bridge assembly and shit, and I had to raise the action to keep the brake angle right across the bridge.
What do you think about Mastery Bridge on this puppy?
Does Mastery make a fixed bridge like that? I think you could probably put an Ibanez bridge on that and have it be 10,000 times better than it is.
Think so?
Probably. Or a Strat bridge.
It's kind of a Strat, right? That's what.
I mean, yeah, that's what it's trying to be.
It's like a half Strat.
Yeah.
2/3 of a Strat.
Yeah. 3/4 Strat.
My 2/3 Strat, a 3/4 Strat. Bigsby, all right.
Oh, I don't know if I know the Fender Marauder.
I don't know if I heard that one either.
I have a guitar design that I've wanted to build for a while, and I'm getting closer and closer to actually trying to do it. And these guys are saying you should put a Bigsby on it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But I want to put one of those Gretsch, like, bout-mounted tailpieces, like the trapeze, 3 screws here, and it just hinges and hangs, and then a tune-o-matic. Nice. And I want to put a fucking pickup in between.
What?
So that when you strum those strings, it makes bad sounds.
Yeah.
Or you could leave it on and get the resonance. That's the thought.
There's a company that makes like those. It's like a. I can't think of what it is. They make like strange, like futuristic looking guitars, I guess, but they're like combinations of like old Fender stuff. I don't know what the name is.
I don't know. Oh,
It starts with a D, maybe.
it's not the Pure Salem stuff.
No.
Pure Salem does that a lot. With a D, I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe it's not. I've seen them. They're at like Guitar Center. I don't know. I think they used to be more. I don't know if anybody knows what they are. But yeah, I've been curious to try them, but the price point is kind of a deal breaker. I don't know. Maybe somebody knows it. Roder, Eastwood. No. Eastwood I've heard of.
Eastwoods I've played. I don't like those guitars.
They're kind of like those Jet or Airline ones or something?
They copied Airline and Moss Right, and I don't know. The Eastwoods just never feel good. I play like the Johnny Ramone Moss Right copy that they did, and it was like, it just feels cheap to me.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. I think I've had that same experience. It's funny.
And I mean, the originals kind of feel cheap too, but
yeah, I think for the price point, again, it's like I remember looking at those, and then it's like, well, I guess with any guitar.
is it Dunnable guitars?
No. Where do you see that one?
I don't. I'm pulling it from memory.
Maybe it's not D. I don't know. My mind might not be. Fano. That's what it was.
I don't know those.
Because I was thinking Dano, but I was like, it can't be Dano, but it must be a D. Yeah, Fano guitars. Have you guys ever seen those? I've seen some cool, like, they seem to have some really interesting types of, like, mishmash. But they're also, like, some of them are also, like, relict, or maybe they're all relict. I don't know. They seem to make some cool shop builder's choice. I don't know. Where do we have their... Oh, do they not have, like... Fender... Oh, Shop Fano standards. Like, I don't know. Like this, right? It almost looks like a...
It's like a Les Paul Jr.
Oh, okay. It almost looks like a Tele with a P90.
Oh, it's like a Les Paul Jr. with a P90 and a Telecaster bridge on it.
I mean, this almost looks like a Rickenbacker or something.
Yeah, kinda. Jesus, $2,000. Holy
yeah,
shit,
that's what
man.
I'm saying. Like, I think these are cool, but the price point.
Better
is
have
like,
a slot in the back for a love sleeve though, because $2,000. I'm
like,
fucking
look at this
mad.
thing. This is pretty sick too. It almost looks like a Jaguar or something with like P90s.
Yep.
I don't
See,
know.
I'd be about that with the Tune-o-matic,
Yeah.
but still not $2,000. Jesus.
Well, that's the thing, right? That was my point with these. Is like, I think these are fucking sick, but price point for me is I'll stick with my Synsonics. Thank you very much.
That's why I like cheap shit guitars, because you can bolt nice parts on them and make them do something.
Well, I'd rather have like, I got this for free, but say this costs $100. I'd rather have 20 of these motherfuckers.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, it better come with a place to pop in like the
that
fucking
time.
fleshlight sleeve,
It's
man.
that time of night. It's
Stick
that
that shit
time
in
of
the
night.
lower
You guys are getting crazy. It's about that time.
Holy shit.
We might have to wrap up here.
Well, we're past time anyway. That's why it happened.
Oh shit, Matt, thanks, bro. We'll get some green juice shots.
I don't know if what are Harley Benton's?
Thanks for the $5
that-
super chat, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Is that Harley Benton's or guitars also?
Oh yeah, I saw that on there. You guys are really Harley Benton. UK it looks like. Single cut.
I don't know those.
Yeah, I don't know either. Thoman, that's like a big music store I think in the UK, right?
Don't know.
My internet's choosing not to. Oh.
They're like J Tercer price range.
Yeah, Rondo or
The
Hondo. Have you heard of those?
Yeah, Hondo, sure. That's like an 80s thing.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, that's funny with some of these guitars I've heard, like with the Rondo or Hondo, whatever they're called, the ones that same price point as those Harley Bentons. I heard good things about them, like surprisingly. You know, like the Les Paul copies and things like that. It kind of seems like it's pick of the, or kind of like a roll of the dice. Like there's good ones and bad ones.
Sure.
But I feel like even the cheap Fender Squier shit is like that too. Like you can roll in and grab a $150 Squier Strat or whatever, and it could be amazing. And then the one right next to it could feel like a complete piece of trash. You know, so I don't know. It's tough to say. Maybe order a couple of them and then pick the best one out of them. I don't know how that works with that.
Yeah, I think it really depends.
Thank you, Matt. He said, thanks, guys. Appreciate you, Matt.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming through, man.
This is where you get that serenade from.
Maybe
10 after 9 on the 424 live stream. Yeah, that's it. Oh man.
Yeah, these guys, man.
Jesus.
These guys.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Well,
I think it's yeah, I think Waves is kind of cool. I like Waves.
I don't know, Waves.
I like that record. I think King of the Beach. That one's pretty sick. I haven't listened to much of that stuff, but I like where it's coming from. I really do. It's really, I think it's great songwriting in terms of like blown out, fuzzy chords. Really good stuff. Turning Panties. The lyrics though in Waves, I think, can turn me off sometimes. But the man knows how to write a melody for sure. That brings. Oh. 25 cents an hour.
Good thing we're
That's
not
like
charging by the
$1
word.
an hour.
Yeah.
Here, see that? Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah, like 70,000 times. God.
Forgot my checkbook. Looks like I gotta pay you change. $6? That's like $1 an hour. Okay, we're gonna take a couple last questions here.
Kurt Cobain, Tree Man. That's a very interesting theory. I'm gonna have to think about that.
Oh, I kind of thought that. Well, I don't know. I mean, I've heard people say that. Now I don't agree with it, but Post Malone is the hip hop's.
I've never listened to Post Malone. I know so little about like the modern shit right now.
That's what's funny about it is that there's like a lot of people who, even like a popular somebody like that guy Post Malone is. There's still so many people that haven't even like heard any of the stuff. But I've heard people say that in reference to Post Malone. Like I don't know if it's. I think that Post Malone is another.
So
good
if Post
songwriter,
Malone,
but I don't know if it's like
Post Malone is hip hop's Kurt Cobain, then who was it's Michael Jackson?
I prefer progressive Malone.
Because the you know the things that were big when Nirvana hit, you know, like they knocked Michael Jackson out of the fucking chart. They knocked, what was the other thing? There was something else too. One of the metal records that everybody was like really gaga about and were super pissed.
Metallica?
No, it wasn't Metallica. I want to say maybe it was like Van Halen or somebody.
Oh.
Blasted that shit. Or Motley Crue, maybe. I don't know, whatever.
I'm
sort of behind on that.
Speaking of progressive Malone, Are you looking for any kind of insurance for your home or flood damage? Maybe tornado damage strikes the south. Check out Progressive Insurance. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored. But that was good. That was a good practice for the end roll. Yeah, I like. I think of the. So we were saying the first two Waves records. I heard that those were done in GarageBand and that they were like clipped in GarageBand into the red because I thought I saw an interview with I think the guy Nathan, right? He said it's because I didn't know how to use GarageBand, but then I hadn't been able to find that interview again. I don't know if it was scrubbed from the internet or if I dreamt it, but I don't know. I heard that it was all that GarageBand digital distortion. Yeah. All right, fam. We gotta wrap it up here.
Hang on just a second.
Okay.
Just gonna... Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do the wrap.
Says the mailman who's no longer a mailman. I don't know what that was. I'm not even sure what I was talking about. Yeah.
You're now in your post mailman phase.
Oh, post mailman. Yeah, post mailman. Maybe that should be my new band name.
All right. On that note, do something you want to do every single day. Email him 424recording@gmail. Email me operationaudio@gmail. You already knew that. Check out them forums. Follow this channel, like it, and subscribe to it. Check out the shit that comes out every single week for you.
Hit that bell notification because it seems like the videos aren't getting out there to everybody.
And yeah, I think we've covered all the bases tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Sorry about all we had all the technical difficulties, but Joe Jones. Hey Joe, one last one here. Kind of random, but mixing and mastering. You guys take on other dudes' lo-fi bangers. Know anyone good for those on a budge?
Yep.
Yeah,
you're looking at two guys that are good for people on a budget. Yep.
Yeah.
424recording@gmail. operationaudio@gmail.
Yeah, hit us up.
Yep.
We'll see what. Yeah, hit us up. That for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So follow Instagrams.
Yeah, Instagrams.
All those things. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Same bat channel, same bat time.
Anything else?
7 p.m. from New Paltz, New York, in the palatial Mike's house.
Live from New Paltz, New York. It's 424 recording live.
Yeah, Joe. So hit us up on emails. You can go back through the thread too, through the live chat. Maybe drop some emails to Travis and I forget now who all said they'd be into it, but there's a bunch of emails listed.
Travis, Matt.
People who would be, I'm sure, interested in maybe doing like some collab stuff or affecting things if you're looking for some stuff. So
thank you, Jason. Thank you, Matt, for the $5 donation. We're gonna go get some burritos or something. Yeah,
Matt. I'll probably I don't know if I'll get to you tonight to respond to the last round of stuff, but I'll try to get it tomorrow. At the latest. So yeah.
All right, y'all. Thanks for coming through, Ian.
All right. Peace out.
Later, James. Later,
Catch you
Jason.
on the flip flop.
Peace.